We've all heard the old axiom that a happy wife means a happy life. And that's true. But it actually goes quite a bit deeper than that. Actually, we're supposed to love our wives as Christ loved the church. And when we marry, when we find a wife, we actually become one with her. We're supposed to treat her as ourselves because she's an extension of ourselves. She is us, right? We are one. And what that means is if we mistreat our wife, we are actually being self-deprecating, right? We are mistreating the oneness of our marriage. And so when your wife says to you, I really miss the old shelf that we had for the detergent in the laundry room in the old house, it means you go build her a shelf to put in your new laundry room or the laundry room that you're at now. You do that because you love her. You do that because you want to love her as Christ loved the church. Not that building a shelf fully illustrates what that love is, but it does in some way. You want her to have the shelf that she wants because you love her and you want her to be happy, because a happy wife means a happy life, and because you seek to love her as Christ loved the church. Now what I could have done is I could have took the time to plane these boards down, made them nice and square, made them nice and flat, but this is a project that doesn't require that amount of precision. This is a shelf that's going in my laundry room. And so while I do want to do the best of my abilities, I also want to do it quickly. I want to do it fitting to the job or the task at hand. And so these old scrap pieces of oak that we have laying around will do just fine. Now, there's different ways that we could have fastened them. Could have used screws. Could have done a little countersink. But instead we use wood glue and this little nailer. These little finish nails. You know, as a husband, because you want to love your wife like Christ loved the church, you have to be somewhat of an interpreter of what your wife wants, right? You want to be a man who can distinguish in what she desires in her question. So, like I said, we're using old scrap pieces of lumber, or old oak boards here, and where it's going to have a little bit of a couple of scars on it, and it's not cabinet quality furniture. I don't feel that that's exactly what she wanted. She just wants a shelf to put in her laundry room, but it does mean that I need to be attentive. I need to be a man that can know, does she want well-made furniture like you would in a cabinet? That's very precise, that the measurements are just so. And perhaps you suggest that I'm being overly dramatic. You say, there's really no point in making such a big deal about a laundry room shelf? Well, I think it is, because marriage is an absolute symbol of the gospel. Paul made that very clear, and how we love our wives shows how much we love Christ, because our wives are a gift from God that we should cherish. And so, since our marriage, the union between a man and a woman, is an exhibition of the gospel, then that means we must treat it with the utmost respect and the utmost attention. As men, we must be willing to make our wives happy. We must be willing to do the things that we need to do to bring joy to their lives, not merely as a roommate that gives us what we want. Instead, we are partners in Christ, right? We are men who are accompanied by our wife. And together, again, we exhibit and show the world what the gospel is. So when your wife says, "I really miss the little shelf we had in the laundry room at the old house," take the time to interpret what she says and to provide her with the shelf that she desires. Because, as we know, a happy wife means a happy life. Love your wives as Christ loved the church. Thank you for watching the Sunday Renaissance Man.